ahead and see how it comes out. These are pictures of Mom has taken. Every year they burn the Christmas trees, they gather them up, and this took place in a schoolyard. They stacked them all up in the spring of the year and set fire to them, had a little bonfire. Now, I didn't get this all in this one place. I got a little bit of the fire somewhere else. No, there's a flashlight or something there. But I think this picture was taken from the road with the car parked on the road, which would be Highway 13, going north out of Craig. Don't seem to be too many people there, but there is some playing around. There's a big bonfire. That's the way they got rid of the Christmas trees. Fire's getting smaller now. At that time, the car was new, and it was stored at his place. He was supposed to drive it some every week. Took up the Ford agency. Just a minute here, we'll think of what this is. There, this is McLane place right there. The trees in the front, house there. She had in the front a nursery, not a nursery, like a greenhouse, growing all around that place. There's Ruth, Wise, the triplets, and Bunny over in Idaho Springs, Colorado. That's Bunny right there. See Bunny all stretched out there like she don't care about too much. Her brother's talking to her. Somebody said that they didn't look alike. There's Ruth. She got Bunny. There's my dad, George McLane. He bought that car new. That's Ruth Weiss is her husband. John and Ruth have been married now many years. They have triplets, one more boy, and Bunny. But right now, I've got time to put their names all in there but the thing's moving too fast for me. There's my dad's tractor. I'm trying to sit up here and see who's riding on it. His Bolin, the tractor, he said that was made by a wash machine company. You can see he kept it chained up all the time. That's the only way the thing would pull anything. He had to have chains on it. Well, that's one of the boys. I think that's Dennis. Pull that horse along. Yep. There's Ruth. My sister Ruth. Ruth McLane at that time. Later Ruth Wise. I remember when she got that Palomino horse, it didn't amount to too much. But she worked with that thing till it got better and better and better. It was a good-looking horse. I heard she sold it for a pretty decent price, but of course, McLane's never did do too good when it comes to selling things. Let's just take her bow. Okay, now we got Dennis and Dale. The horse. Her Palomino, I don't remember now what she called that thing at all. I just don't remember. I don't remember that one either. It was a quarter house. That was her first horse. Dad bought her for that. Bought that for her. And then, because the only thing I remember is he had to keep buying hay for the thing as long as he had it. It just stand out there most of the time. She'd go out and mess with it, but it sure was expensive. Dennis and Dale McLane. and Ruth McLane. And playing with that quarter horse. I think it's a quarter horse. And behind in the street out there was the Highway 13 that goes from Craig, Colorado to Baggs, Wyoming, in the background there. Now they're going to a parade. They're going to go down to the parade, and so they're taking the horses. Got Ruth and Dale. They're going to ride right down the highway to the parade. And again, we have another parade. This is a different parade than the parade we had before. Different year. I didn't have any real reason to take these parade pictures. I just did it because I thought that was the thing to do. I wish I'd have taken more Ruth pictures and more Dale pictures and more Dennis pictures. Sure would be nice to have some of them old cars, though. Just scrapyards got them. At Moffat County High, that's where I went to school 3 years there. I didn't graduate there. I just went 3 years. And I actually graduated from Phoenix Union High School in Phoenix several years later. There's Davy Crockett Club. You had to shoot a bear to belong to that club. There she is, right there. There's Ruth. Got a contestant number on her hat. She should have been a movie star. There's no doubt about it. Here we got somebody on a horse. Is that Ruth? She's worried, didn't want to get off in the mud. Look at that. I don't blame her. Here we go. What do we have here? Well, there's Ruth and Dale and Jimmy Paul. Dale McLane, Jimmy Paul Herod, Ruth McLane at that time, later Ruth Wise, and her horse. That was her first horse. There's Dale and Jimmy Paul a horseback. Right there. Dale and Jimmy Paul. That's Dale in the front, Jimmy Paul in the back later here. There's Ruth and Jimmy Paul. Uh-oh, there's Dale. Now that's Dennis on his little horse. No. We got Jimmy Paul. I recognize that one, I think. I can't hold still there long enough, I can tell. That's Jimmy Paul. Jimmy Paul on a rocking horse. Evidently, that's probably... There he is. He's got his wagon and a ball and his little coat and his hat and his gloves. No gloves. Playing out in the mud there at Grandma's house, north of Craig. That's my Plymouth sitting there. That's Dale and Jimmy Paul. Well, looks like Beverly. What this is here is a Huck Finn Day, Craig, Colorado. They have here, they put water in an irrigation ditch and they stocked it with trout. And all of that was fine. And all the little kids were supposed to go down there and catch a fish. But when they run the water in the ditch, put the trout in, the worms all came out of the ground and the trout fed on what was coming out of the ground, and the young children did not get any fish. They didn't have any, didn't catch any. As I see, nobody caught any all day. There, my dad fixing tires. Looks like he got Jimmy Paul there helping him. He's George McLane, Jimmy Paul Herod. That old Kaiser back there, I drove that thing to Georgia and back one time. Yeah, my dad, he fixed his own tires. He wouldn't pay somebody to fix them. He would knock them loose, dismount them, patch them, put them back together. He did this all his life. There's Howard Hageman, Jimmy Paul. playing there. Looks like Howard has got him a garden. There's, I believe her name is Edna, that she's got some horns that Jimmy Paul's gonna I may be mistaken on that name. It just come real quick to me. Looks like there's Beverly. And Beverly and Jimmy Paul and Dale. And they're pushing Grandpa's lawnmower. I guess they got the motor running. Beverly's about 3 years older than Dale and Jimmy Paul. There's Lottie Mae and Doris. They each have their little kids, and Ruby. They're trading them around there. Dale on the ground. Lottie holding Jimmy Paul. That's Dale. I think that's Dennis there that Ruth's holding. That's Jimmy Paul, Lottie Mae, Herod. Yeah, them little kids, they all look alike to me. Can't be a McLane, he's smiling. There's Dale. Deanna. Hinkle.